Okay, so we're starting 5 minutes delayed, but still, it is going live, and this is the 4th round of the winner bracket here. As you can see, we have 16 players who have fought out and have won all the rounds beforehand, and I'm casting server 2, so one will be casted by the French side, by Nikura, and there we go. So we have a spicy match, and only 4 people will go and qualify to the quarterfinal next weekend, and the others will drop down to the loser bracket. So the question is, who will survive? That's the question that evokes in our head. And yeah, we have 8 players. Vortex, Avon, Granadi, Hugo, Vulnera, Hunter, Energize, and Rin are battling out for 4 spots. We play again a rounds mode, not cup mode. Cup mode will be next week, if I recall it correctly. Yes, next week will be cup mode, but this will only be rounds mode. Or maybe there is in the loser bracket there is cup mode. I don't know. This I don't know. No, I don't know about that. But we will see. So 4 players will go through. Point repetition is 20, 16, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, and 2 points. So you can see 20, 16, and 12 points. Not even 12 points, but 20 and 16 is the goal you are aiming for. And this will certainly be not easy, because we have fast players in here by the names of Granadi, Avon, and also Hugo, who's very fast. So this really favors him. A risky playing style is rewarded here, and we can see the moment here by Nixotica as the first map, and then Space Towers afterwards, and a La-Di-Da to round everything off. So let's go with the first round. Vulnera with a good start. Evan also has gotten it pretty good. Vulnera actually gets a lot of speed. Rin with the inside line. We see the first mistake of the round here happening, as we see Granadi dropping down, and just a little bit, but actually it was a display bug, because some display bugs can happen here, where players seem to make mistakes but actually don't do mistakes. But now it's actually Hunter finding himself 1 second behind. Vortex is laggy, and as well as Energized. So Rin and Hugo are the displayed players, but Hugo makes a mistake himself, so Granadi will capitalize from that, but also wonky transition here for him. Moves up to P3 though. Rin is still in the lead, so Rin is almost, or will clock in the first 20 points ahead of Energized. Then we have Granadi, Vulnera, Vortex, Hugo, Hunter, and Evern to finish the first round here on the moment. So next round is coming up. Who will take it? Vortex with a mistake though, but maybe it was only a display bug. Yes, it was indeed. You can see now he's just driving here, and this is super bad to cast here. Avon, Vulnera are battling out with Vortex, and then also we have Hugo here running a cool car skin from Angola in the battle here for that top 4. Energize is a little bit further behind, as well as Rin, but Energize just in that second has overtaken Hugo here. So Rin gives us a good overview here, the top 3 battle, or let's say more like the top 6 battle, where we can see 3 players. Avon with a good line overtakes Vulnera here in this section. Great ending by Avon. Avon will be in that first test. What a close round here. Look at that, 500 between 4th and 1st position, and Vulnera actually drops down to P4, and Hugo with the Vulnera actually was ahead. It was a tie. True, it was a tie. Both were 0.05 away, 0.58 away from the first place. Alright, so that was my fault. So great round here. Rin is in the lead. Then we have Vortex, Energize, and Avon. So it is pretty evenly disputed, and Granadi is on P7, so he needs to make something happen. He's falling a little bit behind. The only player who has not really gotten himself a lot of points is Hunter, but all the others are still in the race. So this is a very evenly distributed match so far. Hugo with a mistake though. This was not good, and Hugo will drop down, and this was a real mistake. As we can see him here in the top right. This is your best friend when watching Trackmania in 2020, to go up there. Oh, Vulnera is in the lead. But there we had Vortex making a mistake. Rin with more speed and Rin will overtake him. But Vortex will stay in the lead. And Granadi actually will snipe Vulnera in the ending. Hunter in 5th position. Hugo in 6th after that mistake and energies. And Evon in 7th and 8th position. So greatly done by Vortex here. Despite I couldn't see what was happening. Into the second last round we go. Evon with a good start, finds himself in the lead. Very good turn there, but Vortex also transfers a lot of speed in this section. Rin with a sloppy transition there. And now it is between Vortex and Evon for that first place. Hugo is also there to have a saying. Let's follow him. Hugo 220. Great turn here. Vulnera also now in the mix. Very close battle here for that 20-pointer. Who will get it? Who will take more risks? Evon is right now in the lead. Well known for his tech skills. And also Vulnera is now sneaking up to that 3rd position. Energize overtakes Hugo in that turn. Oh, close turn here. Vortex almost touches the barrier there to the right, but was able to stabilize his car. Hugo with a great line, great speed. Who will take that first place? It's Vortex in the lead. Evan will get overtaken, and it will actually be Granadian first because he was not shown there. But Vortex wins the fight over Vulnera and Hugo. But super close round again. 5th place is only 800s behind Granadi, who has gotten himself valuable 20 points and therefore will move up in the scoreboard. So Granadi now up to 2nd place. After a weak start, he's now shining through. And there we have Vortex with 60 points in the lead. So what a great match for him so far. So the players here will directly qualify to the next step, or to the next day, to the 2nd day, where the top 16 will qualify eventually. So Vortex is dead in this round, as well as Hunter. Energize lagging. Evon, okay. Evon, Vulnera and Granadi. And then we have also Hugo and Vulnera. Hugo and Energize, who are not being displayed correctly. So Evon was in the lead, but lost a little bit here in this section. So Granadi versus Vulnera here. Evon, however, with a good amount of speed. Vulnera goes for that outside approach, has a good amount of speed. Who will get the better finish? It is Vulnera in first, ahead of Granadi and Evon. And then we have Vortex in 4th position. So despite making a kind of mistake here, Vortex finds himself in 4th position, capitalizes from the mistake. Look at the gap here, 2 seconds between 3rd and 4th position almost. So he is getting himself 10 points and will still remain in the lead. Vulnera and Granadi are equal for the 2nd place. Alright, so next map is coming up, Space Towers, a map that we've seen in the first round, if I recall correctly, and then not anymore. So one warm-up to start with, and those are the standings. Evon would be dead, Energies as well, Hugo and Hunter as well. Hunter is a tremendous amount of points behind. He's at 18 points, and this is not looking good for him. He really needs to push it here. This is the identity, quote-unquote, where you have to turn around and then use the reactor boost to turn around again with a reset block. So a really polished concept here of an identity, or however you want to call it. So really cool to see that. And so we see Vulnera and Evon winning the warm-up here. Just when I said that Evon has made a mistake. Alright, alright. Okay, into the first round we go here on the second map, Space Towers. It is. Let's follow Hunter, because he is super far behind. Hunter with a good slide though, but risked it a little bit too much. Was a little bit too far outside there, so he is dead here. As we see Energize in first. He's also in need of some points. He's only on P6. And this time not lagging. Does that one really well. Look at that. He's 0.1 ahead. But Vortex comes there as well. What a line by Vortex. Now up to first place. Greatly done. Granadi there as well. Energize almost touches there. But now it's Evon, Granadi and Energize in that top 3. Hunter is in need of points and now up in that battle as well. Look at that. Good turn here from him. Also a good apex in this section. So he will overtake. Energize, has more speed. And Hunter will indeed go away with 12 points and almost doubles his points there. Goes up to 30 points now with a 12-pointer. Greatly done for him. And Granadi with a 20 points will go into the lead because Vortex has only gotten himself 6 points in this round. So greatly done by the German player. Evon also up into the 4th position now. But it's still impossible to call who will actually make it into the next round. Rin in the lead. Good start for him. Evon gets himself a lot of speed in this transition here. As you can see, he just presses B for boost here, and therefore Granadi has to settle down into P5. Vortex with a good identity quote-unquote section again. We can see Energize in the lead, 0.2 ahead. So we can see what is happening, and all of a sudden it is Granadi and Rin finding themselves super far ahead of Evon here, who is right now in 5th position. Vortex is ahead of him. So he will get himself the 4th position. And you can see 3000. And in this moment, I would have loved to see Vortex where he is. But that wasn't possible. Vulnera in 6th position. And this is not good for Vulnera, because he could drop down eventually out of the top 4 with that. There was someone in the dead respawn. It was Hugo. Hugo at 42 points, not really getting any sort of points here in this round. And you can see the gap here between 6th and 7th position is already more than 20 points. And Hugo again not with a good start, but it seems that he's just lagging. Oh no, he's not. He had to respawn. So I thought that this was a lag, but Hugo had to respawn here. So Rin also with the display bug. Then we have Vulnera in 3rd position. Rin and Energize, both the unseen players, in 1st and 2nd. But what a poor section here by Vulnera, not really getting any sort of speed. Then we have Granadi chasing Evon and Vortex. And we also have Rin in the mix. And Energize. But we just can't see them, but they're occupying P1 and 2. Granadi goes up into the 3rd place, but maybe he goes for even more. But no, he's 0.36 behind. So he has to settle down with 3rd place. Evon in 4th, Vortex in 5th, and Vulnera in 6th. Okay, then Hugo is not able to finish, as it seems. And no, he was actually. And Hunter is not able to finish. Okay. So 2nd to last round here on this track, and then we have one more map to see who is going through. Only the top 4 will advance. Hugo with a bad start finds himself on P8, 0.6 behind. So not really looking good here for the Frenchman to qualify himself directly to the next day. Because then he eventually has to go into one more loser bracket round. And there only the top 4 will qualify. Vulnera with a very risky line there, but still only on P7. Make it P6 now, because he has overtaken Hunter there, who completely died in this round, as well as all the other people here. Oh my god, what is happening? Granadi and Evon in the lead. Let's see the CPs here. It's Energize ahead of Granadi, and then we have Evon indeed in 3rd. Vulnera gets 4th. Hugo in 5th after a not that good start. Hunter 6th, Vortex 7th, and Rin in last, finding himself 4.6 seconds behind. 4.46 seconds behind. Okay, last round on Space Towers. Rin with an insanely good start. Finds himself ahead of Evon and Energize. Vortex is in 4th position. But just when I said that, it's Granadi with a very good line. And then we also have Energize in the lead. Now, he has overtaken Rin. But now Rin has come back strong. Granadi with a good amount of speed here in this section. Goes over almost into the lead. He's 800s behind Vortex, who's now in the lead. So his reactor boost, or his quote-unquote identity part, is still pretty good. Energized behind Granadi now, who has overtaken everyone here in this round. So Granadi on his way to extend his lead, and this is looking very good. Very smooth turn, 0.3 ahead, and this is a bang of a time, a sub 54. Great time by Granadi. Well played. Nice time, man. 144 points for him. And then we have Energize getting himself 60 points. Rin with 12 points, very important for him. Hugo is too far behind to have a saying. This will be a very hard task for him to qualify directly to the quarterfinal next week. But still, the seeding somewhat matters. Because if you're 8th, you of course play against the 5th player. So, last map is La Dida. Map we are seeing for the 3rd time in this competition. Let's see what Vulnera is doing here in the warm-up. He's in 1st. La Dida, one of the longest tracks here, with a length of almost more than a minute. So just below the 1 minute barrier. And this will be the last map of this round. Okay, let's follow Evon, who is in 5th position. 8 points behind Rin. And also Vortex only with 106 points. So Granadi and Energies seems to seem to dominate this match. But on the other hand, no one is really safe. Vulnera and Evon can still make it. It will be a hard task for Hugo to make it. But he is right now pressing B for boost. He is in 1st position and looking very strong to win this round here. Oh, but he risked it too much, and Hugo is dead in this round. What a risk by Hugo. 220, dropping down to 7th position. Oh no, Vortex also nowhere to be seen here, as well as Energize. So Evon right now in 3rd position. Energize and Vortex are ahead of him. And he's not really coming close, so he's 0.12 away. Rin with a good section, but Evon with a more direct approach. It will be Evon versus Rin for that 3rd place, or for that 2nd place. And it will be Evon in 2nd here over Rin, 200ths of a second. And Energize is in the lead. Hunter only with 10 points in this round. And this means that, yeah, Vulnera and Vortex right now in 5th and 6th position, and Evon has overtaken Vulnera here in this section. Rin with 116 points, still on P3, but this is super close to call. We have 4 more rounds, 4 more opportunities for the players, and 4 more options to choke the round away to make it directly to the quarterfinal next week. Rin with a godlike jump. That was beautifully executed by Rin TM. What a great jump. And therefore he has also granted himself a lot of speed. Is 0.23 ahead. I think he's on a monster time, but had to readjust his line here. So he is not having a lot of speed here in this section, but still is able to make that jump. He's still 0.2 ahead Let's see, Energize still lagging. Hugo in P4. Vortex and Energize are nowhere to be seen here. But Hugo will stay in P4. But it's not enough. Rin with a good time with a 59.22. Look at that. He's only 0.26 away from the record. As we see, Evon and Granadi both have made a mistake. So only 6 and 4 points respectively for them. And this is super good for Rin, because now he has some air or some room to breathe. And also it's not that good for Vulnera. Vulnera only with 100 points, 18 points behind Evon. But Evon also only on P5. So this is the battle now we should focus on. Who will get that last place? It is safe to say that Energize and Granadi have qualified. Rin is also looking very good here because of his prior round. But still, anything can happen. Evon in the lead. And every player I spectate here in this section is in the lead, but jumps a little bit too far up. Hugo, Granadi and Rin have overtaken him. And we can see actually every player here. So this is nice to see. Granadi and Hugo in P1 and 2. And then we have Rin behind, but also Energize is in the mix. Oh, Rin with a misalignment of his line there. And it's the direct battle here. Vortex is on 7th position and Evon is on 5th. So he will gain some points to him, but he needs more than a 5th position. But still, the point gain is super good for him, as he almost gets overtaken by Vulnera there in the ending. But still, 4 points plus over Vortex here. And a great round here by Hugo and Energize, dropping a 59.17 and 27 respectively. Okay, second to last round. And the gap from Vortex is shrinking away. Only 4 points between him and Evon. Will qualify directly to the quarterfinal next week, or who will drop down to the loser bracket. We will find out soon, as we have 2 more rounds. Hugo cannot make it happen, unfortunately, only when Evon, when every player ahead of him gets a really bad round, but he is 30 points behind. This is not good for him. So Vortex on 5th position. And then we have Evon ahead of him. But Evon with a bad turn here. So Evon has to push it in the next round, since he is then more, or is that 6 points behind him. Or even more if he has to settle down. But Vortex with a mistake, as it seems. Or is he just lagging? I don't know. Yes, he's just lagging. Oh my god. And Rin with 1st. Granadi in 2nd. Hugo in 3rd. But still, this is not enough for Hugo. Energize in 4th position, and Vortex finishes in 5th. Evon only with 2 points in this round. He needs a 1st or 2nd place and a mistake from Vortex to make it happen. But it's not possible for Hugo here to qualify into the actual event, since only the top 4 is qualifying. Top 5 will go down to the loser bracket. And right now it's Evon who's 10 points behind Vortex here. Let's see Vortex start. He's on P7 though. And Evon is also not having a good start here. So this is grim news for him. We could meet him in the loser bracket. Gets a good jump, but risking too much here, and Evon is dead. Evon is dead, and we can say that Vortex will qualify here to the quarterfinal. And looking very good, but who's getting that 1st place now? Is it Granadi or Energies? Energies is super far behind. Granadi with a battle here between Vulnera, Rin and Hugo. So what a battle here for that top 4. Very close round. Vulnera with a beautiful turn here in this section. And he will indeed get himself that 1st place ahead of Granadi and Rin. And then we have Hugo in 4th position. Hunter in 5th. Still enough for him. And yeah, too bad it's not enough here for them to qualify directly for Vulnera, Hugo, Hunter and Evon. But still well played for them. It is Granadi winning the match over Energies. Then we have Rin and Vortex in 2nd, 3rd and 4th position. They have qualified to the quarterfinal next week. Well played.